Sefer Bereshit, the Sefer of the Avot. This past week we talked a lot about the brachot that we give to our children. Simcha Elohim Kefraim Chmenashe. Why Dafka, that bracha? The Torah says, B'cha Yivarech Yisrael. That through you, through Ephraim and Menashe. And in earlier Dvar Torah, at the beginning of this week, I talked about why specifically Ephraim and Menashe. I wanted to continue with the same type of idea, because in this week's Parsha we have the famous song also of Hamalach HaGoel Oti Mikora, Yikarei Vahem Shemi, Shem Avotai Avram Yitzchak Yaakov. And Rav Yosef Salant connects the first idea of why Davka B'cha Yivarech Yisrael. Why not Bachem? Why not Bachem? Why the Lashon Yachid? Bachem of Ephraim and Menashe. And he connects the two because he says, Hamalach HaGoel Oti, that Yaakov Avinu was davening that when people are going to be called to their names, they should remember their yichus. But some of his children, Shimon and Levi, they did some awful actions. And the Torah says, Bisodam al tavo nafshi, the concept of by Maisa and Zimri, where it says Zimri ben Salu nisi beitav lashimoni. It doesn't say there ben Yaakov. Or it says Bikelam al tichar kivodi, when Korach gathered the whole nation. There again, it doesn't say Levi's name. By Ruvain also, and Datan v'Aviram, On ben Pelet b'nei Ruvain, it doesn't say Yaakov. When Yaakov here says Yisimcha Elokim ke'Ephraim of Menashe, we mentioned earlier on this week, it's Ephraim and Menashe ki Ruvain v'Shimon Yuli. That the whole concept is that the bracha should be that you should remember to go all the way back to Yaakov Avinu, to have that yichus all the way back to Yaakov Avinu. We mentioned earlier in the week this concept of the grandfather and the importance of the grandfather and being connected to your root. And that's why specifically it's Yaakov Avinu lo meit in the Gemara Ta'anit. But all tzaddikim are not meit. Tzaddikim mitatam kruim chayim. It's a special idea of Yaakov that through his mishpacha, through his children, even if they had certain problems, Yaakov Avinu is saying it should be, the yichus should be on my shem. But why B'cha? Why B'cha Yivarech Yisrael? Why not Bachem? And we explained that one of the messages is that Ephraim should be the Ksav Sofer. It said that Ephraim, that every one of our children should have the importance of Torah. And every one of our children should have the Menashe, the idea of being Me'urav in Ambriot. But you would have thought, maybe not me, I'm a simpleton. Can I be able to raise my child to be great in Torah? Or I'm not so gregarious. How am I going to have Menashe be able to have those skills? And therefore comes Rav Yosef Salant explained that it says B'cha Yivarech Yisrael, that even when you look at what happened to Yosef, because through Yosef he was in such a bad, he was sold as an Eved, and then he was put into a pit, and all the Yisurim. But through all of that came from literally the Bira Mikta to Igra Rama, from this pit to the heights of being the viceroy. So just not only in the physical but also the spiritual. That's what happened through Yosef. That Yosef is that message that you're able, where he started off being a nar and on a certain level seemingly talking, flaunting his stuff, but at the end recognizing that it's Shem Shamayim Shagor Beficha. This is the concept of B'cha Yivarech Yisrael. Yisimcha Elokim v'Ephraim Menashe. Not only like we said at the beginning of the week, the concept of the importance of Ruvain v'Shimon Yuli, not to have the yichus and to remember some of the bad things, but to be able to see the bigger picture, to be able to know that even if it doesn't seem that things are going well, you look at Yosef as that model of being able to say that you can get to the heights and know the right synthesis between the Gashmiut, the Ruchniut, the Ephraim and Menashe in our lives. Hashem has the koach to help us to be able to get to what we want to, both in Ruchniut and also using the Gashmiut in the right way. Shabbat Shalom.